Well, welcome to my camp. I've been in this camp now a couple of days. I've managed to get my commode set up. I have not yet managed to get my shelter set up. So I've been sleeping in the seat of the truck. What I did manage to do is I managed to put up a little bit of a rain shelter off the side of my truck. I have magnets that hold it to the truck, and then I've got it tied to a couple of uprights that are then guide out to the close by trees. Gives me a place where I can step out of the truck, stretch, and not get wet should it rain. And it then proved very useful. As for the first 3 days in this site, it rained a great deal. Today's day 4 in this site, and we got nice shiny skies, bright and blue. So that's why everything's just covered in tarp that could possibly get wet. My actual spot where I'm going to set up my shelter, I've decided is over there, quite a ways. This is just a temporary site. Everything's going to get moved that way about 250 feet. But like I said, I was just trying to get here and get everything covered once it was here. Back of the truck is still loaded with stuff. One afternoon in between rain showers, I showed you my new Coleman 2-burner stove. I believe that was the second day here. Here's the thing. It was very fortuitous coming upon that stove for $40 when I did. As I said, I spent a few of my precious ducats that I have so little of to buy it. I found out to buy the exact same thing from Walmart is like 80 or 90 bucks, and from Coleman directly it's like 140 bucks for the exact same stove. So I'm very pleased with the price. But I'll tell you what else was fortuitous about picking it up on the day I did. The very next morning, I went to use my little 533, and the fuel would not flow. Plenty of pressure in the tank, plenty of fuel in the tank. The fuel would not mount into the burner apparatus. I couldn't figure out why. So I started taking it apart. Figured the generator tube needed cleaned. Well, it was worse than that. I don't know how many of you have ever taken one apart. Inside the generator tube is a spring, and inside the spring is a stainless steel wire with a little piece of brass attached to it that latches it in. The brass latches into the actual control valve, and that's what makes the stainless steel wire move in and out to clean the jet. When I took it apart, I found that the brass piece had busted off of the stainless steel wire. And the stainless steel wire, is jammed in the jet and won't let fuel come through. So that means I got to get a whole new generator for that stove. I looked online. The original generator for the 533 Sport Li is no longer available. You just can't get it. But they do have the unleaded version, and that might be why my generator's gone to pot. It's because I've been burning regular unleaded gas in that stove. It's supposed to be dual fuel. Apparently, the unleaded gas I've been getting, the cheap stuff, just clogged up the generator and made a mess. So I got to get a new generator. And that's going to have to wait a while because it's almost $30 for the unleaded generator. Oh well. Fortunately, I've got the 2-burner propane stove, and I showed you that one tank, and I think I mentioned the day before I actually bought the stove, I found where somebody had abandoned a propane barbecue, and I picked up their tank, fuel tank, propane tank. I have yet to hook it up to the stove to test to see if it's got fuel, if it works. I'll probably do that later today. I may cut that into this video, but that's what I've got at the moment. And I'll update you in a few minutes for you, probably a few hours for me, as to whether that other tank works. It's got a Blue Rhino label on it. You know, one of those plastic wrap labels. I think I'll be taking it off if it works. If not, I'll probably take it back and exchange it for a different tank, and then take the label off of that. Peace out.
By the way, don't forget to